And hello, and welcome to a brand new episode of Black, White, and Red All Over. I'm Victor Dandridge.
I'm Ryan Seymore.
Sorry. Calm it down, man. It's too soon. Put a lid on it. Put a lid on it.
I'm amped.
You're letting all the fifth week excitement out, because we are in the glorious fifth week, people. Fifth week.
Or as we like to call it, DC Skip Week.
I mean, kind of. Listen, sometimes there comes a day where they don't put as much greatness out into the world. They take a break.
Yeah.
You know? It's usually the day of independence, you know, the rise of the independence, which is cool.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's where we are, even though I did kind of go regular heavy, but...
I went the opposite direction.
You did. You're better supporter of the independence than I am. It's so bad.
For the indie stuff this week, we've got Darkness.
Right?
Kind of Darkness.
No.
Darkness. So it's not like rainbows and kittens.
So it's not bright indie, it's metal indie. That's what it is. Okay,
Yeah.
well, I mean, that suits. Yeah. It fits. Now, we did do one title that was the same.
Yes, one.
But totally different across the board
Aside
after
from
that.
We just went separate ways.
Off the reservation.
Yeah.
All right, well then, where do you want to start?
I can start with Equilibrium.
Ooh! Let's do that, because I'm a big fan of that movie, man.
Yeah, and it's one I'm finding out people don't know that movie.
What? Wait. What do you mean don't know that movie?
Just they have never seen it. Yeah, okay. Equilibrium, the comic is done by American Mythology.
Okay.
You got Shandon Craig is the creative team for it. For those that aren't following what Vic and I are talking about,
Aren't initiated.
yeah, Equilibrium was a movie that came out around the time of The Matrix.
Right.
And it's a dystopian future where everybody's emotions are suppressed through drugs and medications.
Right.
And there's like a cleric / police class that has a very specialized form of martial arts involving guns.
Gun katas, people. Certain ways you can pose yourself to shoot people and not get shot.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen this movie, it's very visual, it's very stylized, a lot of gun violence.
Yes.
So
Yes.
for Americans, that's our thing, I guess.
I mean, it is kind of The Matrix meets 1984.
It really is. Like it's in that kind of range. And this one picks up a few years after the movie.
Oh.
Yeah. And the clerics are beginning to reestablish themselves.
Okay.
And there's one of the clerics, one of the newer ones, that isn't sure of what their position in life should be, and they're debating if they should join the underground movement to unsuppress emotions.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The art's solid. It does tie into the movie very strongly at the end of it, and oh my gosh, there's just so many people just getting shot in the face, and like literally shot in the face.
I'm not saying that that's reason for me to read it, but it's kind of reason for me to read it. Because I mean, I was a fan of the movie. Like, I love the movie.
Yeah.
That's what made Christian Bale a candidate for Batman. Like, that's what got him the job. So, that's pretty dope.
Yeah. So you owe
Yeah.
Christian Bale and the rest of the nerd community for the Batman movies to read or watch.
Yeah. And so, okay, now Kurt. I failed. I can't remember the writer-director's name of Equilibrium.
Oh.
But is he associated with this?
I don't believe so. I didn't see any notation saying that.
Okay.
So
that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
But, I mean, maybe it had his blessing.
Maybe.
We'll hope. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I took on Spider-Man #7.
that was one I was really interested in.
You know what? Okay. As I said before, I'm not feeling Civil War #2. I'm not. But I wanted to give this one a shot to see, you know, exactly where Bendis might go with this one. It's Miles Morales, who I have somewhat of an affinity for. I think he's a cool character. I love that he's in the major Marvel U, not just, you know, relegated in the Ultimate Universe, which doesn't exist anymore. So it was cool to see this kind of this side story from the Civil War, you know, setup of things.
Okay.
I think one of the best stories that happened in the first Civil War series was an Amazing Spider-Man piece where he was realizing, you know, the things that Tony was doing was like, whoa, not really on the up and up. I don't know how I feel about it. So this one, I was like, this is an opportunity to see something similar from Miles' point of view, and we do kind of get that. It's really cool looking at Miles questioning whether or not this is a fight he should be a part of.
Okay.
You know, a lot of interesting points here. If you've been following Miles, it makes sense per his characterization. It makes total sense, and that's one of the things I like is that it's not just a part of the overall, you know, crossover event where he's just doing stuff.
Yeah.
This is him. You know, looking at him behind the mask and being like, is this my fight?
Yeah, and he's relatively new to the 616.
Exactly. So all the more reason. You know what? Why did Marvel not jump on that in all of June? 616.
Yeah.
I'm not judging. I'm not judging. I'm not. Just the thought popped in my
The
head.
marketing did itself.
I mean, it really did. I mean, how amazing would that have been?
Yeah.
616. Okay, but whatever. You know, this was a good read. You know, I'm still not loving Civil War 2. It's not making me want to go back and get it.
Yeah.
But the art at the beginning was cool.
Yeah.
When we see a little tidbit of the fight, that was cool. I'm wondering whether or not this book was late, though, based on what they showed. I'm curious. I'm curious. Might be a thing.
Well, it might be because Civil War itself has been pushed back to September.
Oh.
So there may have been some foot dragging here for Civil War.
Right. I don't know. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. It's possible. But either way, fun read. Still didn't make me love Civil War 2, but I enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
Definitely. What else did you do?
Well, one of it was Rough Riders. It's done by Aftershock.
Oh, wait. We like them.
Yes, Aftershock is doing
kicking
some real good stuff.
Serious butt right now.
Creative team of Glass No Lift.
Okay.
I could tell you about how the art and the paneling and the storytelling visually is impeccable.
Okay.
I could tell you about the characterizations and the dialogue between the characters in it. Witty, snappy, very, very fluid.
Okay.
The pacing of it is excellent. Also, I could talk about that.
Right.
Or I simply could say it's Teddy Roosevelt doing his version of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
I'm sorry. You said Teddy Roosevelt
Yes.
doing League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Yes. It's amazing. I didn't bother reading it. It's kind of like Vision,
Okay.
where I didn't read it for the first few issues, and then somebody tipped me off, it was Dan Hartman.
Okay.
That
Thank you, Dan.
Yeah, you should check it out. And that was what he said. It was Teddy Roosevelt, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and I read it and I'm like, oh my God, how have I been sleeping on this book?
Dude, okay, now you've infected me with your hogwash idea here.
Yeah.
Is it really, okay, seriously, okay. Is it good?
No, it's good. It's good. Yeah.
I mean, because I'm a fan of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I don't want to say fan of Teddy Roosevelt. That's kind of weird.
Yeah. Like he did great things.
I mean, he did some cool stuff, brought the country back. But really?
Yeah, it's actually really, really good. And it's part of that Aftershock thing where, like you said, they're killing it.
They are.
But they're so low on the radar, like nobody's picking
Are
them
you
up.
Oh my
and
God.
That's seriously, if you're out there, you're watching, you should check out Aftershock stuff because it's not like derivative tights and capes
Right.
stuff, just like same power set, change the name. It's incredibly creative, unique ideas.
that's awesome.
So
That's awesome.
yeah, people out there, check out Aftershock's catalog.
Aftershock is killing it right now.
Yeah.
Them and was it 451?
Yeah.
They are some of the best right now that
Yeah.
are killing the game. And,
And-
people, you're right, people are asleep.
Yeah.
But you will wake up. You will. Yeah. It's coming. It's coming. Oh, I really want to read that now. What issue is this one?
5, I believe.
Do you got any more? You got.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and as far as I know, check with your local retailer if they don't have it. But I believe all the issues are still available through Diamond Comics.
Excellent. Excellent. I'm not even gonna wait for the trade on that one. I want to jump on that ASAP. So I took on Legend of Wonder Woman, and I've been loving this series. I took a break from it. No diss to the series at all. But I just kind of saw other things I wanted to read, so I was all about that. And shout out to DeLiz and Dylan. You guys are still bringing it. Oh my God. Okay, so this one kind of wraps up an arc. So I'm kind of coming in blind, I admit it. Still gorgeous. I'm following this story. You guys are rebuilding the mythos of Wonder Woman from top to bottom. Like, it's gorgeous the way that they're putting all these things together and adding into the mythic side of things. It is so cool. This is what we need in terms of representation of diversity of characters and creators.
Yeah.
This one, yes, absolute win. My daughter's been reading it. I would give this to my sons just because, like, Wonder Woman is such a prolific, cool character. But I mean, there is Steve Trevor.
Yeah.
If you need that sort of figure tie-in, it's there. But
She doesn't need it.
oh, she doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so good. She is. I mean, this is why she is a part of the Trinity. Like this right here. If this was a TV show, if this was an animated series, I'd be on it all the time.
Yeah, the storyboarding's already done. Dialogue's already done.
All you need is Saturday mornings and cereal.
Yeah.
nom, nom, nom.
Yeah, and this is the result of when you have people that not only are familiar with the character,
Right.
but can see through the character's eyes and fundamentally get the character, and that's
Yes.
where the diversity and the representation comes in.
Yes, yes.
And it's incredible.
It's there. It's there. There's no pandering. It's solid characterization and great storytelling. Like this is it. Like if you have any questions about diversity in comics, this is one of your answers right here. I would even say that Miles also represents a cool, answer to it as well. But I mean, you can't go wrong with Diana, man. Like she is on point. Etta Candy is in this one, and I love her. Like I really do. Like there are some iterations of Etta where you're like, I just want to slap you. Stop talking.
Yeah.
This one, she's hilarious. I love her, and just overall, I need more of this.
Yeah.
I need more of this. Now, okay, so as I understand it, this has been released digitally, and it's further along online.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll have that entire run coming out in print, catching up. But I mean, you guys could be on this right now and be sending word to DC. We need more of this.
Yeah.
We want more of this.
Yeah, and what's weird is it's one of those books that people come in and they I can't find a book for my niece, for my daughter, for myself.
Right.
And it's so quiet. It's another one of those things that people aren't talking about because everybody's focused on the Civil War II or whatever the big thing is, and you're missing the stuff that's really.
Come on, man. Get in and talk to people.
Yeah.
That's what local comic shops are for, man. Talk to the people behind the counter, and they'll tell you about the sweet little gems that you'll know nothing about, that you need in your life, in your collection, because it's important. Yes.
Much like Jupiter's Legacy. Much like Jupiter's Legacy.
Oh my goodness. Listen. If you are on the fence about Jupiter's Legacy, you're wrong. I'm gonna say, I mean, you're entitled to your opinion, even if your opinion is wrong. I'm just gonna say it because, okay, from Jupiter's Legacy Volume 1, Circle 1 and 2, to this, we're seeing an epic crafted beyond, I mean,
of like actual mythic proportions.
Yes.
Because we're seeing the gods in Circle. We're seeing the gods and when they're still we're seeing their kids, the demigods.
Yes.
And
trying to uphold and this, that. Okay. I have a theory. I have addressed this theory. I've put it up on the Miller World forums. It was critiqued and mentioned by Mark himself. I still feel proud of this theory, but man, even with the theory being dispelled, I gotta know where this is going.
Yeah.
Because this issue in particular, hands down, Skyfox. Skyfox, man.
Yeah.
Like,
he wins the internets for the week.
that, I was a big fan of Utopian. I was. Like, I mean, how can you not? It's got the Superman analog aspects to him, and then you have Skyfox, who kind of is Batman-ish.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah.
No, he's way more than that in this.
It's his mindset. It's the way he views the world, the way he understands how things really are, as opposed to what you're. He just basically woke. I mean, like that's.
Yes. He's one of the most militant individuals I've ever read about.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, possibly even going into real world revolutionary ideas. This dude, he is there.
Physically, he's done it.
Yes, yes. People being oppressed, he's showing up like, what's up? Let's bust some heads. Not against the oppressed, but the oppressors.
Yeah.
And then he's ruled it back. Like, he is a better Magneto than Magneto.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm calling it, dude. Like, if Magneto and Batman had a baby,
Be Skyfox.
Skyfox, you don't want to mess with that dude.
Yeah.
I cannot wait where this book goes. It's ridiculous.
And one of the things that I thought of last night when I was at home was where we find Skyfox, like the physical location we find him in.
Yes.
The way he does things in such a casual way that as if he's daring
Anybody
people.
else.
Yeah.
Because if like, how could, that's spoiler.
That's where I'm like dancing around too.
You're right. But yes, and you almost get the impression that everybody else knows, better don't.
Yeah.
That's one, you just don't. You don't want it, can't have it, nah. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, pick this book up in earnest. You need it. This is an epic in the making.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the action's about, like the real action's about to start.
yes.
And the fact that what turned Sky Fox from one position to another was simply 5 words in a generational, like it just,
That right there, that's real.
Yeah.
That's real. Broken down, perfect.
Yeah.
It's
good stuff.
yeah, that one's a really good one. That's, no diss to any of the books that we've read. That one, again, because of the scale and the continued excellence.
Yeah.
That's my book of the week, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably have to agree because there's nothing, because it is just part of this epic, like an epic poem type epic. Yeah.
Yeah. Jupiter's Legacy. You need that right now. And now it's time for the honorable mentions. All right, so honorable mention wise, I kind of went DC heavy this week. I don't know, it was a thing.
Yeah,
It's kind of where my heart went.
Those are the 2 biggest DC books this week.
I mean, and they were kind of interesting. I have to admit, I got tricked on one of them, but that's just me. That's just me. But you go first. What do you have?
Ooh, what do I want to start with? All right, I'm going to start with this one.
Okay.
Broken Moon, Legends of the Deep. This one is by American Gothic Press, as opposed to American Mythology.
Okay.
It's
You're about your America right now.
yeah, I'm pretty American.
Sirs.
Philip King, Nat Jones is the creative team. It has an art style real reminiscent of like a temple smith.
Oh, it does.
Kind of thing. So it's very scratchy, very dark.
Oh, that's cool. I like it.
And it's like a post-apocalyptic, which almost everything has to be post-apocalyptic anymore. It's Orange is the New Black for storytelling. And it's a setup where there's like Lovecraftian type monsters.
Okay.
And at the same time, there's a couple different other kinds of monster mythology type things in there. I don't want to say because 2 of them are like kind of surprises for me.
Okay.
And
No spoilers.
yeah, it was a real fast read. Not a lot of content, but a lot of atmosphere that makes me want to see what happens with number 2 once they've
Nice.
got the world set up.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Definitely a world building issue.
Yeah.
Okay. I like. I took on JLA number 9. This was my trick, okay?
Yeah.
I saw this and I was like, oh my God, how did I miss so many issues of Justice League? I don't know what I'm doing wrong. What am I doing wrong? No, this one was just a wee bit behind, a tad bit late. So late that this is pre-Rebirth.
And the variant cover for it.
The variant is the Batman v Superman variant cover.
Just in time for the DVD.
Nope, it was late for that too. Even the Ultimate Edition, you're late for that too. I'm sorry, Brian, I don't mean to tease, but I kind of do. So this one, like, I had bounced around on this JLA series. It's Brian Hitch both on writing and pencils, which is really cool. Which could explain why, it might be a little bit behind, because he's also doing the writing for the Rebirth version of Justice League. So, dude's busy, okay? I get it. But this one, it looks like we're coming to that turning point, where the bad guy is making the big play. He's going for it.
Yes.
I've seen, some moves by bad guys where like, dang, that's pretty messed up. This one?
Yeah.
I have to admit, I didn't see that one coming. And the ramifications of that buildup, it's pretty prolific. I mean,
Yeah.
Justice League's chances of pulling this one off, I got to see how they pull this one off.
There's
man.
got to
I'm
be
sorry.
something smart.
Yeah, like, whoa, I don't want to give nothing away, but Bats has got to pull out all the cards. Like, this is one where he's like, yeah, but I've been preparing for this. Like, how? How did you prepare for this one? Like this? No, not even. You lie. There's no way you just made this up this morning. Like, I don't even.
Like, do you have multiple hats that have concepts and you need to like draw one out of each? Like, yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So I'll prepare for that.
This one today. I have to admit, I'm very curious as to what 10 is going to bring about, because I do feel like the execution of this plan is probably one of the greatest acts of evil to exist in a long time. So check that one out. If you've been waiting for it, it's finally here. Yay! What else do you have?
My final selection for the evening, Eden's Fall, Image Comics. Several creators in this: Hill, Rojo, Hawkins, which Tithe. That's one of his books, and Russell. It is a story about a town that doesn't exist. Like it physically does exist, but it's not on the map. It's not on any any like governmental documentation or anything, and it's basically a place that bad guys, I mean like hardcore bad guys,
Whoa.
like domestic terrorists, serial killers.
Oh, wow.
They go there to create a new life for themselves, not like turning a leaf, like, I'm gonna start collecting
Not like they're
soup
gonna
cans for
quit.
homeless.
They're gonna-
Yeah, it's just like they change their name so that they can't be caught and brought to justice.
Okay.
FBI agent members of an FBI group have found out about this.
Okay.
And they're sending one of their own in undercover.
Whoa.
A lot of bad things happen to a lot of people in this comic, and I like it because I don't think there's a single, and I say this in a good way, I don't think there's a single redeemable character in there.
Wow.
So it's just all terrible people, but some of them trying to do what's
Right?
Yeah. So yeah, definitely check that one out.
Oh, I like. So I took on Future Quest number 4. We have Parker, we have Shanner, we have amazingness. Oh my God. Again, the seriousness that they're approaching these Hanna-Barbera characters is breathtaking.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You're a comic shop owner, sir.
Yes.
Has anyone ever approached you and said, aren't you over this comic book thing? Wasn't that for kids?
Yeah, a lot.
That's rude.
A lot.
No one should ever do that.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what this is all about. People have looked at these cartoons since the 60s and been like, I mean, they were Saturday morning, Wayfair, whatever.
Yeah.
No. There was an epic crafted within those stories. Even if the shows never really intertwined, it was there. And they've just pulled it out. They've laid it out in front of you. This whole thing is amazing. It's epic. You've got, the way that they're weaving it together is perfect.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. The only thing, still no daggone action figures. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Like DC's got their own action figure division. They own, unless the action figure rights are owned by somebody else.
I don't even care. Buy them
Yeah.
if you have to. All I'm saying, it doesn't even have to be multiple points of articulation.
Yeah.
Give me arm movements and leg movements.
Yeah.
It could even be the superpowers toys where you squeeze the legs and they go like this. That's all we need.
Yeah.
But just give us like a little thing like right here,
Yeah.
so that like with every issue we can play out the action, right? A thing of silly putty,
Yeah.
so that it's gloop and bleep and bleep, 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 like we're stretching it.
That would be amazing.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Come on. It's not that hard.
Yeah.
It's not that hard. Just give us what we need. And we need that. We need it. Future Quest. JLA. I'm making it happen. Did you get it yet?
Not yet.
No. Oh, I'm still working. What about now?
I'm cramping in my left foot a little bit.
Dang it. All right, I quit.